first day, I visited Seoul National Cemetery with CIEE, and on the day that we went, I got to learn more about the war and how like Koreans willingly gave up their lives and fought for their country. And the cemetery was just so well kept and beautiful, and at the same time there was this like traditional performance going on. Like subsequently, like we just like ended up there and like being able to like view it and see it, and it was just so beautiful. And then there was a band that played for a couple of bit, and then these dance performers, they were so like well skilled, like being able to move that ribbon or whatever that is on top of their head. It was just truly like really cool to watch. And then I headed over to a photo booth with my friends to take some pictures. Then my friends and I headed over to a super cute cafe called Peach Gray Cafe, and guys, guess what, you can also paint here, which was like very like unique. And the aesthetic of the cafe was so pretty. I got a sweet potato latte and got a like lotus truffle waffle. It was so good. I ate it up, and I decided to paint cherry blossoms because I was super obsessed with it at the moment. And at the exit of the cafe, they had a wall of art, and I saw Anya. And then my friends and I had some dinner. So this is Baeksan Kim Jung-oh, and he is one of the eldest people living who have continued to keep the tradition of pottery alive in South Korea. And so this is like the museum that's literally inside his home, and CIEE took us on a field trip to learn more about pottery and to learn more about the history that he's been making. And this is him like actually like making a rice bowl for us. Like guys, this is actually harder than it looks, and he did it so quickly. This is me trying, because each of us got like a turn, and I was struggling, and I was wearing my skirt, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna get like dirty. And I just got so tired of kicking. Like I guess this is like the way folks would traditionally like make pottery without like the automatic like turner or like the motor. And then outside of their house was so beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. And then we headed over to Mungyongseje, which is a park that has a lot of history and apparently has one of the most dangerous mountain paths. And it was just a beautiful park where people can come and hike. It was a lot of like elderly Koreans, which I thought was so cute. Everyone had like their gear and everyone was walking. It was just truly peaceful, and I saw some cherry blossoms on the way to like another area of the park. It was just honestly so breathtaking. I was just so at peace and so happy, like hearing the water fall and the rocks and just taking in the nature of Korea. And even like just like the sound of the sand kicking off of my foot was just so, I don't want to sound cliche, but it was so peaceful. And then I sat down near some rocks and like just took in again that sound of water flowing. It was honestly really beautiful, and I didn't want to leave. I was like, I understand why people like come to the countryside of like Korea, because like you can't get this in Seoul, I feel. And like you see that mountain in the back, like so cute. And then we headed back to the house that we were originally at, and I had painted a rice bowl. It was supposed to be a sunset. Hopefully you guys see that. And then this is the grandson of Baeksan Kim Jung-oh. This is Kim Ji-yoon, and he was basically showing off his skills, like respectfully so, as he should. He's so talented, and like the classroom was so quiet because everyone was so concentrated on him. And then they showed us how they heat up the pottery, and then we headed back to Yongsan Uni. This was one of my favorite days because I got to see Jungkook, and also my second, actually not my second favorite, but he's up there, Namjoon. I go back and forth between Namjoon and Jungkook. And Songsu is actually very bougie but very pretty. Then I headed over to Teddy Oven Cafe near the area, and when I tell you guys, it's actually kind of daunting going to a cafe by yourself in Korea. Like I feel like people were staring at me a little bit because they were like, oh, she alone? Or maybe I was in my head, but it was a little bit daunting to go, but I still fully enjoyed myself. And then I headed over to Ujongwang to like relax, and then I headed over to Yonsei Library rooftop. And when I tell you guys, it's so pretty up there. Like if you go to Yonsei, please go to the library and explore all the floors. And I was just, again, I'm obsessed with nature and flowers, so I was taking that in. Then I headed over to 오늘 Wine 한잔, which is like nearby Yonsei, to have some wine and journal with my friends. It was really chillax, and I guess we still wanted to explore more, so we went to COEX Mall in Gangnam. And honestly, COEX, like at the nighttime, chef kisses. Like this part, the theater part, is actually very cute. I really loved it. And then I went to go see Starfield Library again, and actually I would argue that it looks best at the nighttime. I feel like the daytime version, not so like you know, oh my god, but this was actually way much more interesting and pretty than me. But yeah, that's what I did that night. So I had some lunch with my friend, and then I headed over to a place on my bucket list, Seoul Forest. Guys, when I tell you, Seoul Forest and I, we are besties. We are friends because, oh my gosh, I went to Seoul Forest to do homework, to journal, to like honestly like get away from like just Yonsei and like just immerse myself in nature. And when I tell you, this place is truly magical, ethereal, and just like unreal. I love everything about it. If you go to Korea, please go here and visit. It's just super beautiful. Even the sunset walking back to Yonsei was even beautiful. On this day, my roomie and I went to a diner called Hey Laura. It was so cute. It was like very much like American aesthetic, and the place around it was very fun. And then we were just like walking around the Han River, and then we saw these like tiny cars, like water boats, and we were like, no way, can we get it? And we did. And so I had my roomie like drive the boat because I was so nervous about doing it, and it actually was really fun. We saw a bunch of other people too. We saw people like just like having fun on their skis, and I was like, okay. But it was really cute in being able to see like just like the city of Seoul like from the water. And then we just kind of like roam around Han River for a little bit and see how everyone was kind of just like hanging around. It was just so peaceful. And then at the nighttime, I went to a restaurant to celebrate one of my friend's birthday. And this restaurant is just so pretty. Like it kind of gave me like high scale, but like it was just so homey and like very like not ordinary, but it's very calm. Like I felt like, okay, like I could be myself here, but it just still felt like high skill. And then we went to a photo booth called like Don't Look Up that went viral on TikTok, and then we had some wine to end off the night. On this day, I went out with a friend to eat some food. It was actually really good, and the inside of the restaurant was also very pretty. I think I got some like clam pasta. It was really good. And then we walked around a little bit more just to like shop around and see all the little things that this area of Seoul had to offer. It was very pretty. And then we went to a viral cafe called Cheongsudang, and it was so aesthetically pleasing inside the cafe. It was so packed even though we went, I think, like during the weekend, and we got matcha and the matcha fromage cake. Guys, when I tell you that thing slapped, it was so good. With these in my face, it was so good. I ate it all with my friend. So on this day, I attended my first musical festival in Korea called hiphopplaya. I went on day 2, and I was just so excited to see like R&B and like rap artists. So the first artist came out, and I actually didn't know any of his songs, but he was still super chill. So the second artist came out, Lil Lamar's, and he was so good from the jump, guys. I didn't even knew like who he was, especially this song. That song bumps, go listen to it. And then it was so cool when his little groupie came out and they started dancing and the crowd started getting more hype. And even this song was kind of like gas. Like I was like, no, the song's really good. They had a lot of fun on stage, and I was having a lot of fun even though I didn't understand most of what he was saying, nor did I know who he was. So highly recommend. Then Ash Island came out, and I didn't know like Ash Island that much. I mean, I know a couple of his songs, but he was fun. He was fun. I think it was giving like sad boy vibes, and I'm not really into those vibes, but very into his songs though, especially Paranoid. I like Paranoid. It was really nice. And then he came down. It was like giving a fan a jacket or like a shirt, I think. The third artist to come out was sik-k. And guys, I don't know, I think rewatching these clips, I was like, yeah, I think I might have a little crush on sik-k. I don't know, because his performance was so fire. His outfit was fire. Like his songs, especially this song, was fire. It was just his energy was fire. Like everything was just so good. Like I was like, no way. Like this was my first time seeing him perform in person. Even this song is fire. Please go listen to this song. I was having so much fun, like really enjoying his performance. And then he brought out other artists as well that I didn't know, but their songs were pretty cool too. And then he played my favorite song, Rendezvous, and it was so good. I don't know why he took off his shirt, or where he got the bras from, but it was a whole vibe and I really enjoyed it. And now my favorite Harry P1 was so good. Every part of his performance was good. I am obsessed with P1. I have been for a while, which is why I knew a lot of the songs. It was just so cool to see him in person, performing, doing his thing. I was like, there's no way I haven't like seen this man perform in the States. Like why haven't I seen him perform in America? Because I will be going. He even mentioned, he was like, I haven't like spoken Korean in a long time, so I'm so sorry, but I'm like, don't apologize. And the fact that I could also understand, like, I don't know, I was just so gassed. I was like, no way, P1 is actually rapping and singing. This song, fire. Didn't know it, but I knew it after the concert. Guys, go listen to that song. But yeah, his whole like set list was so good, and you know, he ended off with a banger, Iffy, and you can hear me singing in the background. Don't laugh at me, because you know, no one sounds good when they're singing on their phone like that at a festival. But he came out with sik-k again, and it was so good, guys. It was so good. I was so sad when he left. Like I recorded it because that's how sad I was. And then another artist called Millie came out. I don't know her, but her energy was very high. Like she was also just like very engaging and very like entertaining, so that kept me engaged. And then BB, I think I'm gonna call my wifey BB. BB is amazing. She is such a funny entertainer. Like I think that her attitude, and I'm not saying that she has like a bad attitude, but I'm saying the attitude that she has just keeps people engaged. And she sang all of her like bangers. Even this song, I love this song so much. She's like such a like sensual like performer. Like something about her eyes, her body movements, the way how she speaks, like all of it. And then she sang the banger The Weekend. I love this song so much. And I also like just didn't know that she also did a remix with Millie, which she also performed. Well, they performed together at the festival, and it was so good. Like I truly enjoyed myself, to be honest. Like BB was one of the ones I was also waiting for too. And then DPR Live came out. I don't listen to DPR that much. Like I know his like trend songs that went like viral on TikTok, like Jammin' Butterfly and Text Me. He was pretty cool to watch too. And Crush was also there too, but I didn't stay long enough to watch his performance. But yeah, that was pretty much the entire vlog. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed.